At the beginning of the 20th century, high school in America was not a universal experience. It was a privilege, not a promise. Many teenagers never stepped inside a classroom beyond elementary school. Education was practical, rigid, and deeply tied to discipline. Rows of wooden desks faced a chalkboard. Teachers spoke. Students listened. The goal was simple: prepare young Americans for work, obedience, and survival in a rapidly industrializing nation. Attendance was limited, expectations were strict, and individuality had little room to breathe. High school was not about self-expression, it was about structure. Silence mattered. Order mattered. And for many families, education ended early so children could help support the household. Everything began to change after World War II. The 1950s marked a turning point. Returning soldiers, the GI Bill, and a booming economy reshaped American life, and schools along with it. High schools expanded rapidly across suburbs. Classrooms filled. Hallways buzzed. Sports, clubs, and social life became central to the student experience. Education was no longer just preparation for labor, it was preparation for the American dream. Teen culture emerged. Lockers lined the halls. Football games on Friday nights became community events. High school became a shared national experience, a place where identity began to form, friendships took shape, and the future felt wide open. But the calm surface didn't last forever. By the 1960s and 1970s, American high schools reflected a nation in conflict. Civil rights movements, the Vietnam War, and cultural revolutions entered classrooms through discussions, protests, and tension. Schools became mirrors of society's struggles. Students questioned authority. Teachers adapted, or resisted. Education became not just about answers, but about questions. Diversity increased. Voices that had once been excluded began to be heard. High school was no longer a uniform experience, it was fragmented, emotional, and deeply human. The digital age arrived quietly, then all at once. By the early 2000s, technology transformed how students learned and interacted. Laptops replaced notebooks. Projectors replaced chalk. Smartphones entered pockets, and minds. Information became instant. Attention became divided. Education sped up, but focus became harder to hold. High school was no longer confined to the classroom. Social media extended it beyond the bell. Pressure followed students home. Comparison became constant. The school day didn't end, it followed. And now, in 2025, high school America stands at another crossroads. Today's classrooms are flexible, diverse, and technologically advanced. Students collaborate instead of sit silently. Mental health matters. Inclusion matters. Learning is no longer one size fits all. Artificial intelligence assists education. Teachers guide rather than command. Students are encouraged to think critically, creatively, and independently. Yet challenges remain. Distraction is everywhere. Pressure is heavier than ever. Expectations are higher, but certainty is lower. High school today prepares students not just for jobs, but for a world that changes faster than any generation before them has known. From wooden desks to digital boards, from silence to conversation, from obedience to expression, high school America has evolved alongside the nation itself. And its story is still being written.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.